How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jay, and not long ago I made a video about what I felt was the ultimate ETF for dividends and passive income. I mentioned that I would be investing in that dividend ETF portfolio. I mentioned in that video that I was moving my $0 to $100,000 challenge portfolio all over into that fund portfolio. And then I kind of forgot to give you guys any updates. I can count on you guys to hold me accountable though, because you didn't forget. I got a few comments on my last videos asking, hey, what's going on with that? Are you ever gonna give us an update? So here we are. If you missed that first video and you wanna know why I chose the 4 funds that are in this portfolio, how they work together and what the strategy is, check out that video. I'll leave it down in the description, I'll leave it in the pinned comment so you can watch that and really understand what we're trying to do with this portfolio and what its goals are. And from now until the end of the year in 2021, so a few more weeks, I will contribute $1 for every like that this video gets. So hit that thumbs up, make it turn blue, and that's another $1 going into these 4 funds. Now with all that out of the way, let's jump into the portfolio and see how things are going. So here we are inside of my M1 Finance account. You can see my income portfolio. We are just over the $10,000 mark, $10,288. Over the 6 months I've been invested in this portfolio, we're getting about a 5.7% return. And that's a gain of $373 on our money so far. And I like how M1 Finance even breaks this down a little further for us right here. We can see that $160.42 of our overall gain came from price appreciation or market gain, and $212.60 came from earned dividends from these 4 funds. So that's the portfolio overall. Now let's break it down fund by fund. I should mention, if you invest at M1 Finance and you want to add this 4 fund portfolio into your investments over there, all you gotta do is go down to the description of any one of my videos. I have this portfolio linked specifically there. You can click the link, click add to your portfolio, and then these 4 funds will be added to your portfolio in M1 Finance, and you can start investing in them as easy as that. First, let's jump into JEPI, which is the JP Morgan Equity Premium Income ETF. And over the 6 months we've been investing in this portfolio, JEPI is giving us a 6.38% return, slightly higher than our overall portfolio average. We got a gain of $104.89 on this fund alone, and that's $56.33 in dividends from our $2,600 investment in JEPI so far. I have 42 shares of JEPI in this portfolio, and we've earned $56.33 on those shares. Now, like I said at the beginning, I'm making automatic monthly investments in this portfolio, so I'm gaining shares, and those dividends are growing each month as I'm adding more money, and the previous dividends are getting reinvested. The next slice of this income portfolio pie is ticker symbol SCHD, which is the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF. SCHD is in this portfolio to bring up the overall growth of the portfolio. SCHD has a lower yield, it pays quarterly, but historically it has much higher growth than any of the other 3 funds. So we're not surprised at all to see that SCHD has returned 3.99% for a gain of $65.87, well below the return of the overall portfolio. So instead of bringing the growth up as it should be doing, SCHD is kind of letting us down at the moment. We've got 33.29 shares of SCHD in this portfolio, and I've earned $18.97 in dividends so far. Unlike the other funds in this portfolio, SCHD pays quarterly, so we've only received 2 dividend payments, with another one coming this month, which will bump up that dividend total nicely. After JEPI and SCHD, we have everyone's favorite income ETF, QYLD. QYLD is the Global X NASDAQ 100 covered call ETF. We've got just over 113 shares of QYLD in this portfolio, and it has returned 6.19% for a $100.97 gain so far. $76.25 of that gain have come from QYLD's dividends, while only $24.72 has come from actual price appreciation. That's to be expected. QYLD is very high yield, low growth, so nothing out of the ordinary there. And last, but certainly not least, we have NUSI, ticker symbol NUSI, the nationwide risk-managed income ETF. Right now, I've got 89.95 shares of NUSI in this portfolio, and it's returned us 6.18%, or $101.29 overall. Breaking that down, $61.05 of that have come from NUSI's dividends, while $40.24 have come from overall general growth of the fund. So looking at the overall performance of the portfolio, everything looks pretty status quo with the exception of SCHD, which is kind of dragging us down in terms of the overall performance. But the real reason for having this portfolio in the first place is creating a nice stream of dividends for passive income. So let's look at my dividend history and you can see exactly how this works. If we go all the way back to June when I started this portfolio in M1 Finance, you can see my first dividend payments down here are all in the $6 to $7 range from each fund. But as we keep reinvesting those dividend payments back into the funds, we keep adding more money every month, those dividend payments start to grow and grow and grow. And just over the span of a quick 6 months, they have more than doubled. If you look at the most recent dividend payments I've received from the funds, $15 from JEPI, $24 from QYLD, $16 from NUSI. SCHD hasn't paid me since September, but that will probably be in the $15 to $16 range when it pays out in December. You can see how quickly we start to build a meaningful stream of dividend income just by reinvesting the dividends we get back in the funds and continuing to add new money. So I hope you enjoy this portfolio update. Remember, hit the like button down below. Every like between now and the end of the year is $1 I'll be putting into this portfolio. So share the video, tell your friends, make me invest a lot of money here. If you missed the original video I did on this portfolio strategy, I really suggest you check it out. It's linked right over here. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you enjoyed that one. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.